Hola, and welcome to High Plains Passport. Our travels today are taking us to Comayagua, Honduras. This particular region is profoundly populated with Lencas, whom we have briefly discussed before, but never in much depth. Which is also why I'm stopping off in Comayagua. I want to visit the Museum of Anthropology. Their Lenca collection is credibly one of the biggest, considering not much is known about Honduras's most indigenous populace. This is mainly due to a lack of attention and various difficulties with accessing archaeological sites. Many sites have suffered from city expansion, and throughout the years, mounds that were once superstructures have now been plowed over. Only few artifacts have been recollected from the original era, with the largest amount of evidence lying in the bloodline of the Lencas. Here in Honduras, Lencas represent the largest ethnic population, with many also residing in the bordering country of El Salvador. One of the first artifacts in the museum to catch my eye is a small carving of a bat. It reminds me of the Mayans in Copan. They also had sculptures of bats. Actually, the Lencas are commonly associated with the Mayans, perhaps because some of the dialogue overlapped. However, what evidence has survived suggests that the Lencas lived a life separate from the Mayans. The Lencas even predate the Mayans. Research suggests that the earliest Lenca settlements date back some 3,000 years. This is an incredibly long time for a culture to exist. There are a series of whistles behind glass cases. The Lencas believed that these whistles were instruments to communicate with the animals. Like many indigenous people, the Lencas adored Mother Earth. The mountains, the hills, the sun, the stars, everything was holy and sacred and ceremonious. In the corner of the room lies a reconstructed grave with bones resting in what looks like a fetal position. A curator explains.
But we do know that he was a Lenca, that because of the fetal pose that it has, because it was a common Lenca belief that in this form, he would reach the underworld in a faster way. And here you can see some of his belongings. Here you can see obsidian and a piece of pottery.
Most known facts about the Lencas are derived from pottery shards. I am incredibly infatuated with pottery for this very reason. It is an old form of art that is still relevant in modern society. Many of the Lencas in this area continue to produce pottery in the similar style of their ancient ones. Pottery has become a trademark for the Lencas in this area, with many artist cooperatives intact to encourage creativity comfortably. The Lencas were also great carvers and bead makers. They had the ability to enamor and awe with the readily available stones from the mountains of Honduras. They turned rudimentary shapes into elegant attire. They adorned themselves with feathers from the wings of their flying friends. There is a Lenca headdress, blooming with feathers that are painted in a prism of color. No matter how man may try, there will never be an artist as great as Mother Nature. Tune in next week as we continue to learn more about the Lencas and Honduras. High Plains Passport is written and produced by Valerie Smith, music from Jose Gonzalez and myself. Thanks to Dr. Pamela E. Stewart of Plaza Medical Center, all board-certified family physician providing professional and compassionate care for your family's health needs continuously from conception to the end of life. Discover more on hppr.org.